Just kidding. This is an audio commentary. Hello everybody, this is Moletrap. Excuse me, I'm still sick. Sorry, I'm going to try not to cough into the microphone as much. Despite the fact that someone was very, very rude in pointing out that this was something that they disagreed with. Yeah, a few things before I get into this game here. Oh, this is going to be part of the OSL. I did Leta versus who was that? Best God before, and the winner of that match is now facing C, and that's what I'm going back. This actually was a while ago, a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to go back and finish this group since I don't think anyone did. Anyway, but first of all, yeah, you know, I welcome criticism and I welcome feedback. I love it when people tell me, like, oh, I prefer this or I prefer that. It makes it a lot easier for me to know what to do in the future. But seriously, why do you have to be rude about it? Why do you have to be a jerk when you're trying to give me feedback? And I don't care. I mean, I'm not taking it personally, but I'm also not inclined to heed the advice of people who don't have the courtesy to be nice when they're giving advice. So I'll just say that, and that's that. Moving on, excuse me. Yep, sorry about that. Yeah, I am still sick. I've been sick for like over a week now. I don't know why I'm still sick. Luckily, it hasn't been like debilitating sickness. It's not like I've been too tired to move or anything like that. It's just been inconvenient and uncomfortable, but not too bad. Anyway, moving on. I'm going to be starting a new thing here that I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be basically doing a featured subscriber every once in a while. I don't know how often I'm going to end up doing it. Basically, I was looking through some of my subscribers, and some of you guys actually have some interesting videos up on your YouTube accounts, and so what I was thinking is I would point out some of those. Doesn't have to be StarCraft related, but I'm probably going to maybe more focus on StarCraft related things. But anyone that has something interesting on their YouTube account that's subscribed to me, I might point it out in one of my videos and be like, oh, look at this guy, or whatever. So, yeah, I was just looking through, and some people had, like, you know, video blogs, and I saw there was one guy that had a video of himself doing the Fire Bat Hero dance in, like, his high school classroom or something like that. And anyway, so I'm going to point out some of those, but I wanted to mention it beforehand so that you have, hey, we are from New Zealand to see you. All right. Awesome. Yes, I can actually read one of the signs because it's in English. Obviously, they aren't talking to me. They're talking to C or Leta. So that's pretty cool that they get to go there. I am still planning on going to Korea at some point in the next several months. Still working on the details. Still trying to save up some money. Still trying to get a job so I can save up money. Oh yeah. Anyway, so I wanted to warn everyone about that. So this is your one and only warning. If you don't want me to feature your videos, then tell me beforehand. Or yeah, pretty much I'm only going to be going through and looking at people who have like an icon for their, or have a picture for their name, I guess, on YouTube, because that's what kind of indicates who has videos and who doesn't. So anyway, but yeah, don't worry if you have just some random thing that's just like, you know, you talking about your pet dog. I'm probably not going to feature that because that's not very interesting to everyone else anyway. Okay, moving on. Leta is the red Terran, and C Shield is the blue Terran. Red versus blue right here. And this is the map Tears of the Moon, one of the new maps. I did a little map preview of this map before. It's a pretty interesting map. It's a three spawn point map, and it looks like Leta is going to send his scout out a little bit later than C. But Leta's going to get us. They're both going to get a scout in here pretty quickly. Both going for just a single factory at this point, although both going for lots more gas. So probably going to see. There's a Marine on the ramp and a second Marine. Two Marines. Oh, who's going to get? No, not going to get his SCV in there. After all, look for a second like they were going to get a scout in there. But two Marines blocking each ramp, so pretty much mirror builds at this point so far. Yeah. Um, excuse me. So yeah, mirror builds at this point so far. Leta now getting his second factory up, and it's kind of meant to be anticipated given that he was still mining gas. I wouldn't be surprised if C also getting a second. No, C going for a starport instead. C is going for starport tech now. We could be seeing some kind of a drop, or it's often in Terran versus Terran that you see early wraiths as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that, cloaked raids or something of the sort. And that can be pretty effective, especially if the opponent is going all ground forces. On this map, you have a ramp to hold, so you can hold your ramp against counterattack, and then go in with some raids and do harassment. And then usually that's not a killing blow. Well, it's never a killing blow, really, in pro gaming. But excuse me, but it's a good method usually of uh-oh, someone gonna sneak a scout in the back? Yes, using the back door to get a scout in there. C is going to get a scout in. The tank spots it, but not before he gets in there. He's gonna see that second factory. He's gonna go on in there. Not gonna get any much more of a scout, but that is one of the things I mentioned about this map, and I'm actually surprised that Leta actually let that happen. I mean, it's kind of an obvious feature of this map that there's that back door that you have to go, that you can go behind the natural, and so Leta had moved his Marines too far forward, and the scout was able to get in from behind. So nice move by C, and a little bit poor use of the map by Leta, though it looked like he had actually sent his Marines out there in preparation for moving out. But Leta has no idea, though. This barracks is just coming in now, but at the moment he has no idea that some cloaked raids are going to be coming out from C here in just a minute. And he's moving in here. He's got mines planted out in front. He could be trying to do some kind of a contain here, but the first wraith is out, and Leta doesn't have anything to combat that wraith except for those two Marines with him. I think the wraith can take down those two Marines without too much of a problem as well. But oh, Leta already has an armory up, anticipating this. Oh wow, a hidden. Excuse me. Not quite hidden. It's actually also forming a blockade, an academy and a supply depot over here to block anything from coming in from behind, and so that's gonna block any efforts of C to, well, he's not gonna be able to get a scout in, but more importantly, I think he's not gonna be able to run vultures in or anything like that. But it doesn't matter because the wraiths can fly. They can fly over the top of buildings, and he is picking off SCVs here. Still hasn't gotten that armory up yet. Actually, he probably has it up by now. So he's probably going to produce Goliaths here in just a moment. And engineering bring in the middle. So he's hiding his buildings. He's producing them in locations where the wraiths can't just pick off the SCVs building them, which would be the case. And there we go. Goliath is out, but the wraith is cloaked now. He's going to pick off another couple SCVs. But because that academy was kind of hidden, he was able to get his comsat station going without too much issue there. And now chasing off this SCV over here. Probably going to turn into a longer game here. Neither player can really do much to the other one at this point. Leta's had to fall back his forces that were, well, he had to for a moment. It looks like he's reestablished a containment outside of C's base. And he's setting up an expansion of his own, but I don't think that... Yeah, look at this Wraith chasing these random tanks around the middle of the map. They're going to need to run back to some Goliaths or something. Looks like one of the tanks is actually going to go down. But yeah, this is going to be pretty easy for C to wipe up. And actually, C, if he can clear this contain... Oh no, Leta, watch out! Leta! I mean, not Leta, C. Leta picking up... Sorry about that. C almost losing his raise there, and C trying to break out into this contain, but Leta has the high ground here, and this is what I was thinking is that Leta actually had a bit of an advantage here because of this, because he has that high ground, and the wraiths did not do enough damage to really account for the fact. So C set up an expansion in the background to try and take another base, and he had his command center finished first, but it's going to be difficult for him to hold this now, whereas Leta has his base up and running actually even a little bit earlier. Even though he built his command center later, he had control of the high ground outside C's base, and so he was able to get his own expansion in the right spot. He didn't have to float it over as C did. C is unsieged some of his tanks here. He may actually be thinking about sending in the SCVs to take some hits. He's going to go in with some tanks as well. I think a couple of those tanks are out of range of the other tanks. Yes, they're not firing. Oh, now I think they might be firing now that the SCVs are up to spot, but no. Yeah, the